Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Mesa Ridge 323 RLS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a few things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you're going to leave plenty of room for that slide to come in and out. Then your awning is going to come out even further than that. On your off campsite, I don't want you to think just about your slides. I also want you to think about where your water and power connections are going to be. Your power is going to be plugged in all the way at the rear corner of your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Then your docking station for water is going to be in between your slides here toward the middle of the unit. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, we're going to unhook our hitch and level our unit. You have this BAL system, stabilizing system. So I'll show you just here in the front here. We're going to hit extend, and I'm going to hit right front. Bring this one down over here. As it comes down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Put a jack pad underneath each corner. Run these down just until they're taut. Once that touches your pad and it feels like it's going to lift the unit, go ahead and stop. At that point, go ahead and tighten your lock arm down and do the same all the way around. You also have a manual override. Should you lose power, you can get this up and down with a manual jack. Alright, we got our unit level, stable. We're going to go ahead and hook up our power and water. All the way here in the back corner, it's a big long 50 amp cord. Plugs into the side here. The way they go on now is they would come into the left and then turn to the right, and then put your black washer on. At the end of that 50 amp service, should you need to plug into a 30, there is a 50 to 30 dog bone comes with your convenience pack. And there's also, if you need to plug into a 110, a 30 to 15. Got your unit plugged in. Let's hook up our water. Docking station right here in the middle. At campsites, we are going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40-50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here. Hook that up, hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. Come right over here to your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plug's back in. Throw some plumber's tape around that. Not putty. Putty will gum up on you. So plumber's tape, that's 1 1/8 inches. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after that hose has been on for a little while, you can go inside and deploy your slides if you need to. What I need you to do is get to your water taps. Open up all of your water lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Once you got water going through all of them, you can shut them off and you'll know that your hot water heater is full. Then you can turn that on from indoors. If for some reason your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, a couple reset valves right here, look to see if them are bubbled up and just press them back in. Alright, so let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We are going to go dry camping, or boondocking as they like to call it. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank. Hook up the hose the same way. Make sure your hot water heater is plugged the same way. Turn that on and go inside and check the levels of your tanks. On the inside there will be a button for your battery and black and gray tanks. Also one for your freshwater. Once that freshwater shows full, remove that hose, put this cap on, and then when you want to utilize that water, you can turn the water heater or water pump on from indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water, that's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set up with power and water. I'm going to go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit, starting here in the docking station. Again, city water. Fill your fresh water. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping our black and gray tanks that are down here. You have a outdoor shower here. There's a spray port up front that hooks up to that. You conveniently run your cords down through here. 110 in cable and a light. Again, dump station down here. Hot water heater. This is a fluid for your furnace. If you're running your furnace to clear that, it will get hot. And make sure nothing's ever blocking it. Got a low point drain underneath there to easier access with your slide closed. Up here you've got a night docking light. Here's your spray port for your hot cold shower. This is your battery disconnect. That will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Big past storage area there. Access to the back of your fridge. A vent for your microwave. Fresh water drain. Dump that for your out dry docking. Got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof, and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You also prep for a Furion backup camera. Device you can purchase from our store that attaches on here, and one other piece sets on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Coming over to your campsite, we'll show you in all your slides you've got this hole. You got a manual override through there to hand crank these open and close if you happen to lose power. Got your big awning just about all the way opened up. Your awning light, a couple of outdoor speakers. Quick connect LP, you want to run the griddle out here. Also prep for TV. Put TV on a table out here. There's your cables in 110. You do have pitch adjust on your awning. If you want to pull down on this pitch adjust, that will pitch the awning this way. In case it's raining, you want to run the rainwater down here. Battery posts, check them now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. Your propane does have a cover and a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty-loosey to open. That about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up inside the unit, first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of emergency. To our right down the hallway, it's going to be our control panel. Simply touch that. Going back to home. Now if this is off, there'll be a little spot to touch. I'll show you that. So at home, you can go through your climate, change it to AC, turn it on. You can go from AC, you hear crank on in there, to cool auto, to heat, raise and lower your temperature here. Hear that kick on. You'll notice when I shut the heat off, it'll take a few minutes for the heat to cycle through before that fan shuts off. Going back to main again, we can also control our lights from here. Only got 3 to handle. From here, back to home, your slides and awning controls. I'm going to show you on your awning. I'm going to hit extend here. You're only going to want to run that out till you can see your brown bar and the flat falls down to 90 degrees. As far as you want to go on that. Now if you continue running that out, it will run itself out and start running itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure that you don't run it out further than you need to. Alright, well that's running back in. I'll show you also here is slide controls. You can scroll this up and down for that. And bring it around and the rest of the way in. Back to home. You can do your tanks and energy, but we'll go through that here. Go into our droplet here. Here's where you can turn on your water pump, your hot water heater if hooked to electric, your hot water heater if hooked to gas. Here's where you can read your tanks. Here's where you can do your slides again, your temperature, your lights, your sensors for tires and propane, and then just showing you what power you're running off from. Same thing here, and your tanks. This is where it's pre-wired for solar. If you ever decide to wire this for solar, leave that there. It's a template for the techs. Coming into our living room, we've got an extension on our table here. You know how that new seating sets up. Do have these removable tables here on your parachute pull recliners. Over on the side, USB ports, no accent light, massage and heat on these as well. Coming over to your sofa, see these sides will set up for like a couch. Lay that down. Just turn your sofa into a bed. Find it best to stand in the middle for leverage. Remove your Velcro cushions. Lift this up. Slowly pull your legs out. Pull it towards you. Lay the back down. And just that quickly, you've got a sleeping quarters. Now remember, when putting it back, lift the back up first. Otherwise you could damage your sofa. Hold your legs in. Jackknife it back down. Return your cushions. Just that quickly, you're back to the sofa. You also have a couple power ports. Pop up on each side. USB 110s. Television. Crank that up. As it's coming on, I'm going to lift this to show you how the TV has all this storage back behind it. Where all your plugs go.
All of us at Warbeer Farms look forward to helping you find the perfect item for your home, garden, or you.
There's your TV running. Remote will be in here. Sound system. Probably won't pick up much in this metal building. That's coming on. Turn your fireplace. So again, not going to pick up much in here, but we're dual zoned. Shut it off indoors, now it's just outdoors. Or both. Modes. FM, auxiliary. It should be Bluetooth. TV, you can run your TV sound through this sound bar. DVD system. And Bluetooth. Down here, your fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you the pretty colors, but the biggest thing is the heat, folks. If it's chilly in the morning or evening, crank that up on high. And instead of using your gas, use their electricity to warm it up in here. It'll get toasted in here in no time. Coming into your kitchen, you have a hand crank open power exhaust vent here. You have a high and low vent and a light above your cooktop. Glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light here. Turn this to light. Hit your spark. You might have to hold it in at the same time when your gas is on. That's where that'll light at. Same thing on the oven. It looks like the oven does have a pilot light, so you have to get in there to light that. Your fridge, there's a bunch of information on your fridge in here, in your cabinet here. Furnace duct. Here's that max air vent. Before I turn that on, you'll see a few of these throughout the unit. It's a temperature reader, just allows the furnace to work better or thermostat to work better by reading the temperature throughout the unit. Max air, we're going to turn that on. That is going to open and turn on the fan at the same time. Great ventilation. 4 different speeds on the fan. And you can just hit fan off. It will shut the fan off and close it. These are lighting. Got a smoke alarm up above your sofa there. Emergency exit window there. And there. In the hallway here, out the bottom, access panel to your breaker box and fuses. So I got 15s in there mainly. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Over on your island, you got a 110 and your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12-volt, always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping or boondocking, nothing plugged in charging your battery, use that battery disconnect and keep that from running your battery down while you're gone. Down the hallway, we'll head into your bathroom. A couple things to mention here. Shower door. Nice, beautiful glass shower doors. Make sure those are snapped in the open position for travel. Your bathroom door. Make sure that is snapped in the open position for travel. You have another max air vent in here. Lighting. 110 with GFCI reset. 4 different speeds on that. Anyway, hit fan off and that closes. You do got some plumbing to maintain. It's almost all PEX nowadays. Just keep an eye on it. You are bouncing a house down the road. Want to make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Come back into our bedroom. Again, above our lighting here is another temperature reader. Underneath your bed here, big storage area. Another door, a couple more doors to make sure you have secure. These closet doors, make sure you snap them all the way open. You are prepped for a washer and dryer in here. And that about covers everything on the inside. You can put a TV in here. You've got a backer there and cable to 110 there. So let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. Starting back here in the bedroom, go ahead and hit my accent. And then other lighting. Make sure that door is secure. Make sure that shower door is secure. Make sure all of our vents are closed. Out here, I like to start. I come to my control panel and just shutting off my lights, because then I can look around the unit and see all the individual lighting I need to walk through and shut off. I'll do that real quick. Now I've shut off all the lighting except for what can be controlled from my control panel. I'm going to walk through the unit and say doors and drawers. Go through the unit, make sure all your doors and drawers are closed. Nothing is going to impede your slides from coming in. On your sink, you've got this cutting board. There's a nice area down here right next to the trash can. Just slide that cutting board down through. And your drying rack, you can roll up and sit down in there as well. Again, doors and drawers, make sure all doors and drawers are secure. If that's setting out like that, that will get caught. Once you got all doors and drawers secure, come back to our control panel. We'll go back to motors. And we're going to hit slide 1, retract. That's going to be our bedroom here. Again, in the bedroom. All doors and drawers secure. Especially your dresser on the end, make sure those drawers are tucked in. Come to slide number 2. We got our kitchen slide over there. On the kitchen slide, scroll up to our living room slide. Come back to our lights, shut our lights off, and exit the unit. Now, the biggest thing to remember on these steps, folks, make sure these doors all the way open before lifting this up, otherwise this could catch on it. Just set that up inside, lock that in. Before you leave the dump site, and I say that in case you want to go in and check the level of your tanks while you're dumping, make sure when you leave to hit the road that you lock and deadbolt this exterior door, lift and turn that handle. Alright, at this point, if we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, and our cable. Come to our auto leveling system, turn that on again. Wherever we've got this on, I've got right front, so this time we're going to hit retract. Pull down that right front. Again, make sure that you have unbolted your safety arms. We're going to go ahead and run up all of our stabilizing jacks. Once our stabilizing jacks are up, if we are out boondocking, dry camping, we're going to come right here and pull this freshwater drain and dump that tank. Otherwise, we're going to hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be right in front of your tires on your off-camp side or driver's side of your tow vehicle. Alright, so we're going to grab a 10-foot hose, comes in your convenience pack, hook that up here to the front one, and we're going to pull our black holding tank. That's going to be your sewage waters. Once that sounds like it's no longer draining, you can go inside and check your panel to make sure it is empty. Once it is empty, leave this black handle open, grab this water pressure regulator again, and hook up to your black tank flush. Again, full termination valve in open position. Turn that hose on, let that run for, I don't know, a good 5 minutes. Wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Once that's done, shut your hose off, remove your hose. Make sure all that black tank washout that you just put in there has drained before you close this black handle. Close that black handle, pull this gray handle. That's going to be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers, and that's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Then up here, because you have an island sink, this is going to be an extra gray tank. This is a little mislabeling here. So pull this extra gray tank. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. You can take that sewage hose conveniently and sanitarily, store it right here inside your bumper. Get this open, put it right in there. Then I want you to go to your low point drain. Now you can do this while your gray tanks are dumping, but get up underneath here, open up them low point drains. Once them are done, come back up here to your hot water heater. Lift up on this pressure release valve. Make sure all that hot water gets out of there. Once it's done, push this handle back down, or otherwise your door won't close. Then you can pull this drain plug. I emphasize again, pull up on this pressure release valve before pulling that drain plug. Hook up your hitch and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Mesa Ridge for many years to come. Happy camping.